Hey guys, what is up? Fluffy Ninja from Warp Crew Paintball and Warp Sport Chicagoland. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes in this video because I decided to do this right away before I forgot. Got a comment the other day of, hey, I'm a new player, I'm new to paintball, what should I get? And I actually get that question a lot, like in person, like people will be at the store, and be like, hey, I'm new to paintball, what do you think I should get? And and when I get it at fields too, my answer is always the same thing. If you're brand new to paintball and you've gone out and played and you really enjoyed it, and you see there's a fucking cat or a dog running into the door. If you see yourself staying in paintball and maybe playing, I don't know, more than twice a year, um, the first thing that I would suggest that you get if you're gonna stay in paintball, play around twice a year, maybe a couple more times than that, but not, drop thousands of dollars on the sport. The first thing that I would suggest is getting your own mask. Mine is dirty as shit because I just realized I hadn't cleaned it from the Hoth event. But the first thing that I would suggest is a mask. This is my Push Unite goggle. You don't need to get this mask. As much as I would like you to email Push and be like, hey, Fluffy Ninja sent me to get a fucking mask from you. Don't do that, first of all. But the price point on these is pretty expensive. I don't really have any of my cheaper masks in here for some reason. I had E-Flexes somewhere. E-Flexes are a great choice, I think, for pretty much everybody. I know that there's the people that are pro flexes for life. And that's fine. Again, mask is all about comfort, about breathability, about how it fits on your face, and the thermal lens. So a lot of people, when they go into the store or they're gonna buy it online, for some stupid reason they buy it online, it's gonna say thermal, or it's gonna say single pane thermal or fog preventative. That's what it is, fog preventative mask. Don't get that. Get the dual pane thermal lens. It's going to make your time so much more enjoyable at a field. It really is. So the first thing that I would suggest, if you're new to paintball, if you've played it, you really enjoyed it, you were like, you know what, I want to keep playing this. Maybe not every weekend, maybe not every month, but a couple times a year. The first thing I would suggest is buying a mask. And you want to make sure, again, this is why I suggest going to a store. If you have a store near you, our fucking slogan on our jerseys is buy local, play local. So the first thing that I would suggest is, if you have a paintball shop near you, go there. It's like, hey, I played paintball for the first time, really liked it. This big purple guy on YouTube said to get a mask as my first step into playing paintball regularly. Go there, ask to try them on, you know, see how it fits, see how you like it. If the visibility is okay, if the foam feels really good on your face, what the chin strap is, if it's detachable or not, if, you can breathe pretty heavily in it, if the strap is too tight or too loose, or it's too loose or too tight on the bridge of your nose, or, something like that. Like, just try it on, see if you like it. If so, awesome. If not, ask to try on another mask. There's hundreds of them, I think, in the industry. So it's not really like, oh, you only can have this mask or only have this one. It's really about personal preference. So it's one of those things that is definitely the first thing that you should get in paintball. Now, when it comes to the next thing that you should get, that's where stuff kind of goes off the rails. Again, if you're playing every couple of months, etc., like, you're not really going out and playing every weekend, or you played rec ball here and there just because you're probably pretty fucking tired of playing in jeans or sweatpants or something like that. What I would suggest, again, for males and females, it kind of goes both ways. Females, I know it's a little bit harder to get stuff that fits just because paintball is a guy's sport and the people running the industry are guys. I know Krista has talked to the guys at Social Paintball that made like their padded bra thing, and she was like, yeah, you guys have no idea what the fuck you're doing. So, but the first thing that I would suggest is a pair of paintball pants. Or the second thing, I guess, would be a pair of paintball pants. One, they're going to keep you protected. No, I just dropped those, and I probably should. So mine are old, because I've used these for the last couple seasons. But usually they have, like, good knee and thigh protection. The biggest thing, when I didn't have fucking paintball pants for a week, and then immediately went and spent, like, $200 on these, crotch protection. That's good for everybody. No matter what you have down there, it's good to not get shot in the crotch. Ever. They're pretty breathable on the back. They've got, like, this thing that if you start wearing a harness or whatever, it's gonna, make sure that your fucking thing, your harness doesn't slide everywhere. Again, these are just my Eclipse pants. The Vulcan ones are okay, like the cheaper ones. I have a pair. I wear them mostly as shorts to play. Like, I roll up the leg, and then I go and play in that. And then I got fucking thorn in my foot when I did that, but that's my own fault. But that's another thing I would suggest is pants, maybe a jersey. I mean, you can wear like a bigger sweatshirt or whatever, and you'll be fine. If the pain is a little bit too much, maybe go with a chest protector, but your friends are going to make fun of you because they're dicks. But that's just something that, like, I wore a chest protector, when I first started, and I was like, this is fucking uncomfortable, and I just took it off and started playing in just, my long t-shirt or my jersey or whatever I had at the time. So you're thinking about buying maybe a marker next. That's one of the things that I kind of want to get better at on this channel too, is calling it a paintball marker, not a gun, because YouTube and their fucking algorithms and Google and their fucking algorithms is, you can't say gun? What are you, insane? If guns exist, yeah, like, shut up. So if you buy a paintball marker, don't go with something super ridiculously cheap, like a Walmart gun or anything like that. You'll have an okay time, but it won't be great. One of the markers that I suggest is maybe the GOG Enemy. I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for that, but it's one of my favorite guns under like $150. The step up from that would maybe be the EMEC from Planet Eclipse. It's got like its own gravity feed loader that has like a little dongle thing in it that agitates the paint so that way it loads faster. Like, if you want to go with a mechanical marker, those two are perfect. If you want to go with an electronic, maybe like a Mini GS, an Empire X, the Die Proto Rise, the Die Rise and the Die Rise Max, like those are really good electronic options. If you're looking to spend a little bit more, maybe the 160R, the regular G-Tech, which I don't know if they're making anymore. The ETHA 2, the ETHA 2 is a fucking phenomenal gun. Like you're staying like sub $1,000 for your gun, like, around that range. Again, do your research. Look online. Don't buy them online unless you don't have a store near you, or if you can, order them from a store, that's maybe a state over or whatever. Just my suggestion. Because once local paintball dies, the internet company's going to run everything. A&S Gear is going to rape you on prices just because. But look online, see what looks cool. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, it fucking looks like an M16, it's awesome, it's fucking gonna be badass. And then they go and play an event and it's like, fuck, this thing's like 30 pounds and it's heavy. I hate it. That happens, like, it's again, it's personal preference. Try going to a field, and if there are people there that are, ripping away on paintball guns, or if there's a guy that's, sitting there with a pump gun, sniping or whatever, ask him, it's like, hey, can I shoot that? It's like, I don't want to drop it, but, can I just shoot it? Can I see how it shoots? Whatever. Make friends at your local field with people that have better shit than you do, and then see if they'll let you borrow it. That's what my team did, and half of my shit got broken, but that's just kind of my fault for lending out all my stuff. But, like, the EMEC, the ETHA 2, those are kind of like your best solid options for that sub 500 range. The Proto Rise Max, again, sub 500 range. That they're going to shoot really good. They're going to feel really good. Maintenance on them is going to be okay. And, it's one of those things that, like, if you get a Tippmann 98, you're just going to have the same thing as a rental gun. So, and most rental guns now are going to Emacs and GOGs and all types of shit. So, it's really kind of up to you. After that, if you're like, okay, I'm invested in paintball now. I play a couple weekends a month. Now what should I do? I have my mask. I have my protective pants and shirt and jersey because I went all out. When you're going to buy your gun, buy a loader. There's fucking paint still rattling in this from the event that we played. But this is the Dye LTR. It's a $100 loader. This or the Spire IR. Again, $100 loader. You could go with the the Halo or like something like that. Again, like it's gonna be around $100 ish for an electronic loader, and it'll be decent. Don't go with the LVL because it's a piece of shit. Maybe the Z2 if they even still make that. I actually don't know. But something around $100 is going to be a pretty decent loader no matter what. Like the LTR is literally like the original rotor that came out for like almost $200. It's the exact same fucking thing. Only like there's no like color kit that you can add to it. That's pretty much it. I think that's it. So that's pretty good. Another thing you're gonna want to pick up is like swabs and stuff when you start playing with your own gun, because when you fucking break a ball, and it's gonna happen, because paint sucks sometimes. Get a swab, clean out your barrel, maybe still have a good time after that. So you're fucking geared up. You've got your gun, you've got your loader, you've got compressed air tank. Fucking compressed air tanks. Go with a compressed air tank. If I fucking hear CO2 in the comments, I'm gonna lose my shit. Go with a compressed air tank. It's literally the same price if you get a 3,000 air tank compared to a CO2 tank. It's like maybe $5 difference, $10 difference. Go with a compressed air tank. Even if you have to go with a 3,000 tank, go with a compressed air tank. If you have the money for a 45 tank, awesome, but go with a compressed air tank. Not kidding. I will find you. But go with a compressed air tank, especially if you're going to get an electronic gun. You have to go with a compressed air tank. If they sell you a CO2 tank, throw the gun at them. Not really, but So you're playing, having a great time, got your fucking EMAC or ETHA 2 compressed air tank, rotor, fucking, killing everybody. Knee pads and elbow pads. This is something that I probably should have mentioned with the pants, but it's not super important to a lot of newer players. To me it is, just because if I don't wear knee pads, I can't walk. Like, I was told by a doctor that if I continued to not wear knee pads, I would not be able to walk anymore. So, knee pads, elbow pads, these are my older ones, but these are, really good. Exalt, Eclipse, Empire stuff is really good. GI stuff is really good. I want to say the Bunker King stuff is good, but I don't believe myself. The Social Paintball stuff's pretty cool. The HK stuff exists. The Vulcan stuff's okay. It never really fit me, but it's your protection. And again, if you can, try these on. If you can order them from the company and be like, hey, you know what, they didn't fit, can I send them back to get a different size? Usually they'll work with you on that, especially if you don't go out and play in them and fuck them up. So, protective gear is a huge fucking plus. And that pretty much wraps it up for what you should get as a new player in paintball. The first thing that you should always even consider looking at is a mask. Like, even if like, you're gonna go play paintball with like a private group or with like a company outing or whatever, it's like, oh hey, we're gonna go play paintball. It's like this much for all your rental shit, and it's like, oh okay, cool, and you can go to a local shop or whatever, and you can get a mask in time and be like, oh, you know what, I really like these. They fit really good. I like the visibility. I went for a run. I don't, but if you go for a run or run and chase your kids with them on and you can't fog them up, it's like, okay, these are pretty decent. So you're going to have a good time with them. Again, super long fucking video, man. I'm sorry. But this is a lot of information to pack into a video. Again, these videos are everywhere where it's what should I get for my first whatever. I know Mike did, I think, 30 of them talking about what gun should I get at this price range or this price range or, whatever. So it's one of those things that most of it is personal preference. Most of it is how it fits and feels and like you like it. And again, that's kind of personal preference. But the first thing that I would suggest is a mask, even if you're just going to play a couple times a year. And then when you start getting more and more into it, that's when more and more gear becomes necessary. I wouldn't want to say appropriate, but necessary, just because you put your body at a lot more risk when you start playing more. You put your gear at a lot more risk when you start playing more. So it's one of those things that, like, after a while, you're going to kind of see, fuck, I should have bought knee pads. Fuck, I should have bought elbow pads. Like, my arms are torn to shit. My knees hurt. Like, after a while, it's going to get to that point. Again, the paintball pants thing is kind of hit or miss. You can get a pretty decent cheap pair from name a company, and it'll be okay. But if, again, I really like the Eclipse pants. And again, that's personal preference for me, mostly because they fit, because I'm a big dude. But it's, they've kept me safe for years, so I'm really kind of committed to them. It's the same thing with, like, my knee pads and my elbow pads. Like, after a year or two with not their stuff, I can feel the difference between wearing it and not wearing it. So that's just, again, kind of personal preference. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a lot of information. Feel free to pause, look up, Google, ANS gear, whatever, to kind of see what's in your price range. Check your price range first and the rest of your budget. So it's like, you go to play and you spent $500 on all your shit and you can't afford entry and paint. The fuck good was buying $500 worth of shit. So that's just kind of my 2 cents. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing if you are a subscriber. And, yeah, catch you in the next video.